Hello everyone, I'm super excited to be signing with you today. Are you ready to sign? You are? Perfect. Now, because we are running into fall time, a lot of us are heading back to school. Are you heading back to school? You are? I'm super excited for you. Well, I bet you can guess already what our first sign today is going to be. It's going to be school. That's right. Now, this one is pretty easy because it involves something I think we all know how to do, which is to clap. Now, we're going to need both our hands for this. And all we have to do is lay one hand flat and then clap twice. School. We're going to school. Do you think you can do that with me? Oh, I knew you could. I bet you're a pretty good clapper. Now, we only have to clap twice for this one. Okay? School. School. Very good. Now, I think we should do it one more time just to make sure we have the hang of it because our second sign also has the sign for school in it too. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Let's get both of our hands ready. And now, school. Very good. Now, are you ready for our second sign? I knew you would be. Okay, I already gave you a little bit of a hint, didn't I? That it would involve the word school. Now, I know when I went to school, I always took something on my way there, and that was a bus. Now, our second sign is going to be school bus. So we're going to take two signs and put them together. So we're going to have the first sign be, what do you think? School. Now, we have to now learn the sign for bus. Now, we're going to need both of our hands for this one, and we're going to make it the shape of a C for the letter C. And you see how this hand's going to make C as well? Now, bus, we start off together, where our two C's touch, and then we extend. We go forward. Think about when a bus moves, right? Maybe it's leaving the bus stop, and it's moving. So this is going to be bus. Now, we have to put our two signs together to make school bus. I'll show you what it's going to look like. So school, bus, school, bus. Do you think you can do that with me? I knew you could. All right, let's get our hands ready. School, bus. Do you think you can do it one more time? All right, here we go. School, bus. Very good. School, bus. Now that we have our school and our school bus, I think we're missing a couple more things. I know when I go to school, how am I going to learn? Someone's probably going to teach me, right? We need to learn the sign for teacher. All right, so for this sign, we're also going to need both of our hands. And they're going to come together like this, as if we're making a little beak. So we're going to have both of our hands right here and move up to our head. Because when we're at school, we learn, right? So everything we know is in our head. But when a teacher teaches us, they're sharing what they know with us. So we get to move our hands from our head outwards because they're sharing their information with us. This is actually the sign for teach. Now we have to do teacher. So we move our hands from our head and then we go down for person. So teacher. Do you think you can sign teacher with me? All right, here we go. Let's make our little bills and make our beaks, right? Now we're going to have our hands go up to our head, come out, and go down flat. Teacher. Very good. Now, do you think you can do it one more time before we move on to our fourth sign? All right, here we go. Both our hands at our forehead, move them out and down. Teacher. Now that we've met our teacher, I know when I went to school, I really liked to meet new friends. Now with this sign, I bet you can already tell we're gonna need what? Both of our hands again. Now we only need one finger on both of our hands for this sign. What they're going to do is they're going to cross. Think about when you meet a friend, You might hold their hand or give them a hug or be really close with them, right? You're joined maybe at the hip. So we're gonna be joining both of our fingers together and go back and forth. And this is the sign for friend. Do you think you can sign that with me? I knew you could, so both of our fingers up. And we're gonna go back and forth. Friend. Do you think you and I can be friends? Well, we've been signing a lot together, so I think we're pretty good friends by now, right? So let's go ahead. Friends. Very good. Now, do you think you're ready for our fifth and final sign? I knew you would be. All right, so this one is something I really like to do in the summer, fall, winter, and even spring. Anytime I get to go outside or somewhere new, I like to explore. Now, do you want to learn the sign for explore? Perfect. Now, I think this sign is pretty cool because when I go exploring, sometimes I might need binoculars or I might even need a telescope depending on how far I'm looking, right? So we are going to be making a telescope of our own. Remember those C's that we learned earlier? We're going to need them again. So we're gonna have our fingers curved this way and both those hands. Now, just like bus, we're going to have our C's separated. You see how there's a space right there? Now I'm gonna turn it this way, and just like binoculars, I'm gonna start to move them, or even a telescope. Explore. Imagine you're looking through and you're exploring. Do you think you can do that with me? Here we go. All right, both our C's, and I'm gonna look. Maybe I can see a lion, or a tiger, or maybe just my brother, right? All right, are we ready for one more time so we can do it together? Okay, let's do some exploring. Take out our telescope and we'll look. What do we see? Oh my goodness. Now, those are all of our signs for today. And I bet you're gonna do a lot of exploring before I see you next time. So I can't wait to see all the signs you've been practicing. Have fun and keep signing.